Hey there, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Sports Riot, live on Twitch. We'll be here with you for the next couple of hours. And it's been a while. It's been since last week, so we may be a little out of sync, but it's Tuesday, it's grab ass. It is what it is. The guy on this side, Mr. John Westling. Good evening, man. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Shock? Good to see you, bud. Glad to be back. I missed you guys over the weekend, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. Matter of fact, got a fresh bottle of the sauce.
Nice.
Be back on that pony tonight. Yeah, a little Texas TX whiskey. There you go. It's a gift from my buddy Cowboy Bill. Yeah, it's good friends. I like being adult friends with people where you give each other like bottles of booze. Seems very like continental,
right?
It's
It's very
I
I need friends like that. I need friends that give me alcohol.
thought all your
Tonight,
friends
manning
were
the
like that.
subliminal messages. Yeah, manning the subliminal messages and on the ones and twos. Coming live from BiffNet headquarters.
Are you
Barry Laminack? What's up?
Are you wearing a robe?
I am.
Why
That
are
does
you
look
wearing
comfy.
a robe?
Because I don't do New Year's resolutions. They don't work out for me that well. So I decided the one resolution I have for 22 is one word, and that's comfort. And 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, if you're at HEB, could be 10 o'clock on a Saturday. I look like a new dad at CVS at 3 a.m. looking for formula, and that's how I'm rolling this year. So
That's my jam.
T-shirt, draws, and a robe is at least how we're going to do it tonight.
Brother, dad mode activated. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, you just
Do it,
gave
man.
up. You just fucking gave
It's
up.
time.
You have
Live that
given up
dream.
on life. You are
Hey,
done.
no,
Been a
man.
slog.
No. I mean, Shock, there's only one person's opinion who really matters, and that's the person who you have sex with. And if she's okay with it,
Just don't tell
then
your wife.
I think
Well, there's also that.
What the hell was that? Is that your ringer?
That was the flight of the Valkyries. Yeah, that was my ringer. Yeah,
Flight of the
off now.
Valkyries ringer?
yeah,
Dun,
it's
dun,
I
off
don't know
now.
what that is. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
gotcha.
dun.
Okay.
I think some people call it something else that's wrong. There's a more popular name which isn't the name. Hey, what's up, Sparky?
they call it the Apocalypse Now music.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it
It is
is?
hot in here.
Yeah. It's Rise of the Valkyries, I think.
Is it?
Um,
It could be. That's probably
is
even
it?
a better name for it.
Yeah, then it's Flight of the Bumblebee. Is it?
That's the other name. Yeah.
Yeah, Flight of the Bumblebee, and then Rise of the Valkyries.
They already changed your name. Heartthrob has changed your name, Shock.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'm never first.
Yeah, you are today.
Shock Hefner, yes.
Yeah, well done. Well done
Love
indeed.
it.
Well done indeed.
Wish I had a pipe.
Let me
It
hook
is
you
hot
up.
as balls in here, by the way.
Well,
So
you're
we're
wearing a
gonna-
goddamn wool robe. Look,
It's not wool.
he's handing you a pipe. He's handing you his magic
It's
flute.
fleece.
It's fleece.
Fleece.
Yeah, that's still hot.
Yeah, dude. Comfort.
Yeah.
Yesterday for Barry on Deck, I put on a sweatshirt. I was like, "Oh, it's getting chilly. I love it. It's winter, bro." By midway, when I ran the commercial break, I was like, "All right, I'll be right back." My fucking pits were just.
You're like,
I was like, "Oh god, I gotta
Pull
go put
your-
on a t-shirt."
pull your sleeves up and
Yeah, go basic bitch style. Be all like, "I'm gonna sip some espresso, some pumpkin spice latte. We like to pate. I don't know. It's fucking
Is that like you can't wear white after September? You can't drink pumpkin spice
Labor Day, not
after
September,
January
not September.
1st?
Labor Day.
Or Labor Day, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Get it right.
I still see a lot of people wearing white pants
Fashionista.
around these parts.
I got a
late
pair of white
September.
jeans. It was the talk of the town for a hot second. Everyone made fun of me for owning white jeans as a man. Is there a problem with white jeans? I see celebrities on stage telling jokes wearing white jeans. Why can't I? I was a E-list celebrity. I had a guy recognize me at a Five Guys once. That counts.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're like, especially if you're out in the town going to the Clevelander in Miami.
I mean, I
pick
was
up
just
some
going to the
hoes.
radio station.
Yeah, white
and
white jeans are totally appropriate, when you're maybe at a sandals resort and it's, some sort of specialty night.
By the way,
What's
shout
up,
out to
Steelers
Steelers Nation Australia, all the way down under. Congratulations to you and your Steelers for getting in.
Yeah.
You're
you got
backing in.
Yeah, for lucking in. Boy, I know you were
Boys,
sweating it.
Ooh, how close were we to the Ultimate Mayhem, that Tie Fest? They almost pulled it off. One dumb timeout away from the glory of that.
How hard would you have nutted if they would have tied, John? Because I know you live for that kind of mayhem. You would have just been slapping kids and kicking over furniture and shit, huh?
I would have probably about 20% harder than I did nut at it anyway. The fact that it was just close enough, it was titillating enough.
Oh, dude,
might have got an extra meter.
Yeah. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, we went out the door Thursday night kind of talking about this, John, and I mean, the last 3 minutes of the overtime, the broadcast was talking about how they both would be playing it safe and being happy with the tie, not risking anything. And then it ended the way it did with the Raiders after the Chargers took a timeout, drilling the game-winning field goal. So Pittsburgh is in, Chargers are out, Raiders are in. Was there anything through your tinfoil tinted eyes that stood out in that game that made you think there is something that needed to be scrutinized, or did it look on the up and up to you?
I don't know. I mean, shit. It's hard to tell, man.
Every good conspiracy theory starts with shit. You think JFK was killed by one bullet? Shit.
Well, as you'll remember, I said NFL would move hell and high water to fix the Colts-Jaguars game so that it wouldn't happen. And when that fell through, I knew that chaos would ensue. I knew that was just going to be an entire afternoon, evening of weird what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, it was like I wouldn't say that they were playing for the fix to try to tie it, but it just really was conspicuous how that score kept tightening right back up. You know, it was like I don't know, it was like an unrehearsed dance. You know what I mean? They were finding a way to kept it in play. Like I think if in first half, if someone would have really pulled away in that game, then
look, you almost had your time. If Staley doesn't call that timeout, everybody says if Staley doesn't call that timeout and make them think, oh, we're playing to win, you guys should too. He's in the playoffs. First of all, do you guys buy that? Do you believe that honestly, if he hadn't called that timeout, that the game ends in a tie?
Yeah, because that was the scenario that I brought up, is that you wind up in overtime, and if my scenario was the Raiders coach, if you can with 100% certainty guarantee the outcome, and that leads to your, because all he had to do was just kneel it a couple times. They had control of the game at that point. So I was like, what would you do scruples wise? And then I think he was he was following my flow chart of, all right, well, success is assured, 100% chance. All I have to do is kneel twice and this shit's over and we got a tie and we're in the playoffs. But then as soon as they called the timeout to get whatever, defensive adjustments they wanted to make or whatever panic shit he was going through in his head, and they went, oh, well, I guess we could run it one more time for good 10, 12 yards. And, oh, well, look, now I feel like an asshole if I don't kick a field goal this close. Yeah. So take that.
The weird thing about it is that maybe 5 years ago when Ben was better, when he was a more viable NFL starting quarterback, this is what people would have thought the NFL wanted. They would have wanted Ben in there and the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers and the ratings. Mm-hmm. But then the immediate response that I was seeing on social media and even some of the media resources is we were missing out on a chance to see Justin Herbert and that offense in the playoffs. And now instead of Ben going out on top with a couple of wins against the Browns and the Ravens, we have to see him go to KC and probably get euthanized by Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs instead of going out on top.
But he got one more game.
Yeah, his last game is Sunday at Kansas City.
You never know. I mean, look,
they're gonna get you too.
Mahomes could go in and bust the ACL up first play of the game, and then half of the Chiefs defense gets COVID. You don't know.
God, I don't even know who the Chiefs backup quarterback is right now. Is it Elvis Gerbach? It's Elvis Gerbach. I'm guessing it's Elvis Gerbach.
Question.
He played earlier in the year. We should know that. It's like a familiar name. It's
Chad
not Hoyer, is it?
Chad
Henne.
Chad Henne. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never guessed that.
Henne.
Gun in my head, I wouldn't have picked Chad Henne.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I'd have been like Matt Castle, Alex Smith. Just
Steve DeBerg.
RG3.
Steve DeBerg. Neil O'Donnell.
Joe Montana.
Oh, that's a good one.
Artie Finkelstein. I don't even know who that is.
Steve, not young.
Steve Old.
Yeah, Steve Old. Hey, while we're here, we have a guest tonight, right? Let's pump that up a little bit. Who's joining us, Johnny?
In about 15 minutes from now, we're always scouting out new talent, try to bring some new voices to sports talk. And this guy is an old friend of mine named Damon Wilson. And a lot of you may know him as D Willa, or AKA D Willa the King. Pretty damn good local rapper. And he was a caller back in the day when I was on sports radio all the time. And he used to do a lot of stuff with BC and the guys at the Whiskey Brothers. So we kind of got pretty tight. We talk sports all the time. And like I said, he was a great caller. And I was like, you know what? Here we are looking to break some new talent. He's a guy that's always wanted the opportunity. He was always trying to figure out a way to get into sports radio. So I figured we'd throw him on here tonight and let him, pontificate upon us.
I prematurely jumped the gun. I thought this was my somebody renamed me to Cowboy Suck, but that was last week. It's just it's the way it flows. So that's my bad.
You're just still funny.
I'm just still Barry. Just regular old.
As soon as you type Cowboys, it adds the suck.
Suck, yeah.
I kid. I don't even have in my heart this season to
I don't either. I got them going all the way to the NFC. We'll get to that. Hey, House, thank you for the resub, buddy. Let's go. By the way, about this? Oh, let me do a shot. Hold up. Shot.
Everybody, did I do that right? Shot. Mm-hmm. Shock, does taking a shot fit into your life comfort plan?
Not tonight. I'm on some meds, so they're not going to mix well.
I hear you.
No.
I'm doing Fireball, fellas.
You sure you didn't take
basic
your meds
Becky.
too early?
Yeah, well, if I didn't work tomorrow, I would have seriously considered experimenting a little bit. What does A plus Q equal? But no, not tonight.
No.
QAnon, what?
Well, we'll drink for you, buddy.
Yeah, we will.
Here's to you. All three
there
of us
you go.
Back.
Cheers.
Here's to the chat.
Riot Squad got your nose. I got to really clean that glass. Skinny boy, Lynn Dawson. That's a good pull right there.
Oh, that's
an excellent one.
That's a very good pull.
Damn good one.
What the hell was I going to ask you guys? There was something I wanted to.
Was it NFL related?
No. Real quick, we got to say thank you to Donna during the break. She sent us 36 bits and 35 bits, and Josh Fernandez re-upped his sub. Or gave out a gifted sub. So we appreciate you, Josh Fernandez. Thank you for gifting a sub, and thank you guys for the bits and the resubs. Yes, God damn it. Somebody renamed me to Basic Ass Barry.
Yeah, Crystal.
Well, punk ass move, Crystal. That's a punk ass move, Crystal.
Steelers Nation saying, I've seen so many Americans buy a shot with a Bear user crazy. I don't know if he feels it's a waste of one or the other, or he just doesn't ride that way. I don't think I've ever done that.
What?
A shot and a beer together.
Never considered it. A shot. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like a chaser. Oh, yeah. It's for bitches. It's for hoes. It's for people that
it's
can't
actually
shoot
a
their
2-drink
liquor.
order.
We know Carrie Underwood doesn't because she sang about it. She's probably because she can't shoot her whiskey.
Yeah, right.
This is the only part I remember from the song. What is that? So he don't cheat. It's probably getting a Dr. Pepper because she. Oh, next time. Okay. Well, fuck. I don't know.
Diet Coke.
If it's not. All right, that was inappropriate. If it's not Taylor Swift or Katy Perry, I don't pay attention anymore. Okay.
But hey, you know what? A shot and a beer is a good way. That's like when you first walk in. That's a good way to jumpstart the buzz a little bit. Like.
That's the only reason you do shots.
Shot of Jack and a Shiner. So you hit the shot, and then you're about half the beer.
Yeah.
And you're already, you're off and running.
I got it. Speaking of Donna and the bitty bitties, we got to say congratulations.
What's up, Donna?
Let's go. Sure. Donna is the smartest college football bowl picker on the planet that lives in Houston and watches this show. She whooped that ass by 10. I mean, it was, it was close. Philip,
how is 24 and 14 94%? How's that math work out?
Yeah, this wasn't even a confidence league. This was just straight up. Yeah, that's.
Oh, you know what? That's probably the percentile of the overall pick.
Oh, I get it. Percentile, not percentage.
Damn, Donna, you're
top 5.9%. Donna, let's go! Nice. I should have gave you my money, advanced. Sweetie.
And then you scroll down and look at us.
4 riders. Look at us. 80%. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 Riot Squad, top 20% of
I want to
all
say I
of-
was 1-7 out of the box, and I recovered
suck.
nicely. But
You suck.
I stopped
Sean.
watching 2 weeks in.
I took a beating on all the ones that got canceled, and I was like, "Oh, I had that one locked." Oh.
We finished 5, 7, and 8 in order. 21 and 17, 20 and 18, 19 and 19. You know, I need balance in my life, and it's why I chose to pick 19 wrong answers.
That's pretty clever.
Just balance.
like that.
You know what I mean? Like us. 1, I wanted Donna to win, and 2, balance.
At least we all beat Joe Pro.
Oh, thank God. Joe Pro doesn't even have
Pro
an
and
internet.
Total Dallas.
He still doesn't know. This is his picks from 3 years ago. That's how slow his internet is. He won't even know. He won't even see this until 2 years from now.
Yeah.
He's watching Deshaun Watson as a Clemson Tiger tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, give me
He had a great
Clemson.
run there.
Yeah, he did. That's funny.
What do you guys think with all these coaching firings and down in Miami was maybe the shocker out of all of them. But all of a sudden, Miami is saying not only we're not interested in Jim Harbaugh, and I don't blame you, but they are not interested in Deshaun Watson at this point. And John, I'll roll to you first. I don't know if you had heard that already, but what do you see as if it were to go down and Houston was finally to acquiesce and deal him, where do you think's the likely destination for one Deshaun Watson?
Dude, I couldn't even begin to speculate on that because I don't know why they're taking so damn long to either charge him or not, because nothing's going to move until the legal situation gets going. And I don't know, but let's say that was somehow cleared up or whatever. Who knows what punishment or suspension would be pending. I'll tell you, if Miami's out of the question and it appears that the situation is cooled in Seattle, I kind of like Deshaun Watson to the New York Giants. Daniel Jones is coming off an injury. They say he's going to be ready, but I think Deshaun could take his job if they were both healthy. I don't know. I feel like the Giants might be a way to a spot. But other than that, I have a little bit of Deshaun Watson fatigue in general.
Yeah.
The more you talk about it, when you talk and you focus on his football, gifts and accolades, you just start feeling gross about ignoring the other thing. And then if you talk about the other thing too much, well, then you're like, well, what am I, TMZ Sports? This is some horse shit, right? So I don't know. I think he could definitely ball out, but I think that's part of his problem, taking that ball out.
That's what you did there. I said this today, and the more I said it out loud, the more it kind of made sense. This would be if I'm Denver, and he was rumored, number one spot he was rumored to go to was Miami. And what happened is you heard the shock. I don't know what you heard, but what I saw and read, and actually I'll get clarification tomorrow, you guys, because I have a source who's super close to him. So I'll try to get some clarification. But one of the things that you heard was Deshaun Watson had cooled on Miami because Brian Flores was let go. So here's my conspiracy. Here's my John Wessling tinfoil hat conspiracy theory about what should happen and what a juggernaut this would create instantly. If I'm the Denver Broncos, and that was one of the 2 or 3 different spots that Deshaun was interested in going. If I'm the Denver Broncos, the very first thing I do is hire Brian Flores. If Deshaun Watson wanted to go to Miami and play with Brian Flores, the very first thing I do is hire Brian Flores because he's a hell of a football coach. If he can do that shit with Tua, imagine what he could do with Deshaun Watson. I bring in Brian Flores, I make a deal and get Deshaun Watson, and everybody's been telling me that Denver is a quarterback away from the Super Bowl, so let's see it, because you literally get you a Super Bowl caliber quarterback and one of the best young coaches in the NFL. If I'm Denver, I do that, and let's ride it and see what happens. Shoot your shot.
One of the things I kept hearing about Brian Flores getting traded, and it was Palacero, it was everyone on NFL AM or Good Morning Football, was that he wanted no part of Tua. And I guess Tua was thrust upon him in Miami, and he wanted Watson as well. And it didn't work out for whatever reason. But man, I'll tell you this: when you thrust upon him,
if he doesn't want unwanted thrusting, he's not going to like Deshaun.
If you don't like to be thrusted upon, you fucking want the wrong thruster.
Yeah. Consent ain't really his thing, man. I don't know.
That is not in the playbook.
No, it's not. But dude, I'll tell you this, Barry. Watching the Broncos, it struck me, and I've only watched them a couple times in passing. Was that Drew Lock isn't any good? Teddy Bridgewater really isn't really any good anymore, and that seems to be the one thing they're missing. They've got other stuff. That defense is suffocating with or without Von Miller. They're still legit, and they're even an average quarterback, maybe slightly above average quarterback away from contending in the West for a wild card, whatever. You're right. And if that's the move that they make, good on them, because it's right there for them.
Give me another team that would make more sense. You got a team looking for a quarterback and a head coach. You got a quarterback that wanted to play for this head coach that is available. I really don't think anything else makes more sense to me. Not that it will happen, because shit's wild out here in these NFL streets. But to me, that scenario makes the most sense, because there's 6 head coaching jobs available, right? There's Denver, there's Miami, there's Jacksonville, there's the Raiders, there's the Vikings, and there's what am I forgetting?
As of an hour and a half ago, the Giants. Joe Judge got the axe.
Joe Judge did get the axe. And which one am I missing?
You say the Bears?
Denver, Miami,
the Bears,
Chicago,
the
Minnesota,
Bears.
the Giants, and the Bears.
Yeah, I got.
Of those names, one, Deshaun doesn't want to go and play for a lot of those teams other than Denver. I mean, he might want to play for.
What about when you look at the weapon? When you look at what they've got in Minnesota, and not that Cousins was a slouch, but they need a head coach. You've got Dalvin Cook. You've got Thielen, Justin Jefferson. You've got everything there except the defense,
kind of stuck
which they
with
can
Cousins
remedy
for another year. Remember, Cousins got a bit of a balloon contract year, so he's untradeable, really. Unless you want to. They're not going to want to eat $25, $30 million contract just to send him away to get Deshaun and then pick up that one as well. So I think the Vikings are, for better or worse, going to have Kirk Cousins as your quarterback.
2023.
If you look at his numbers this year, he was amazing. Yeah. No one cared.
Yeah.
I got another scenario for you. Something else I've seen floated around, Barry. You mentioned, this is hot seat. Is this hot seat time or the Black Monday or whatever they call it when they're firing coaches?
Black Monday. Yeah.
Well, it's entirely possible David Culley going to get a Black Wednesday or Thursday. He's going to get the whole full.
You think so?
Yeah, they're saying the end of the week they'll make a decision.
And what about that scenario where they thrusted? Oh, okay. Thrusted. All right, y'all need to step up the name game.
TD,
what do you think the Texans would give up for Deshaun Watson?
Well, no. What if they ditch Culley, bring Flores into Houston? And just convince Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson's not staying in Houston. Not for.
Yeah, but he's also got this is where you can't forget about the other, right? The giant legal situation, everything that's hanging over. His best bet might be sticking with the job that he has. This might be the only place where he can kind of halfway dig out of it and salvage a situation. I mean, honestly, we keep talking about his no trade clause, and sure, it may be legally binding for the duration of the contract, but you definitely lose a lot of that leverage and a lot of that juice as every day goes by, every week goes by that he's not on that field, and that bill pops up and people forget how good he is.
I can tell you,
gets that barn rust.
There's one.
If the places that are on his list, then he doesn't want to go.
It ain't it. But there's one thing I'm certain of: he doesn't want to be here. That's it. That's all I know. That's all we know. Like that's. But
I get it.
No matter what, you can bring in fucking Dabo Sweeney. He's out. He's not doing it. So, hey, we do have our guest has joined us. You guys ready?
Oh, excellent.
Johnny, I'm going to let you do the introduction. All right. I'm going to bring it up and we'll let you do the intro. Good?
That sounds perfect to me.
Let's
meet the young guy. Drum roll.
Oh, yeah. No, I got a drum roll, bitch. What? This ain't no budget ass. Let's go. Oh, I'm about to pull. Look, the suspense is killing me. Yeah.
There it is. Hey. What's up?
What's up?
Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if he wants me to call him by his proper name, but in the sports world, we'll know him first off as Damon Wilson. But how would you prefer to be identified, sir?
My friends call me Willa. You guys are my friends, especially you, John. So I could be called Willa. Willa the King, the Sports Master, anything like that. Is all.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
I like it.
I'm not.
I like his confidence.
I'm not calling no dude delicious. I'm not calling. He's like, just call me Willa the King, the Sports Master. Package 12.
That's all
like,
different.
no.
But yeah, Willa the King is what I go by, or Willa. Damon.
Well, it's good to have
It
you
don't
on,
matter.
Mr. Willa, Mr. Sports,
Mr. King.
Mr.
Yeah,
King,
thank you, sir.
sportsman. Yeah, sports
Thank
master.
you.
I don't. I feel weird. Let's not say the word master anymore. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. No, I got you.
It's gonna go real wrong real quick. Well, good to see you. I know you've got thoughts on the matter. We just talked about it. What do you think is going to wind up happening with Deshaun Watson? Are you going to see him get moved with any of these coach carousel moves?
From what I've heard about Flores getting sent out, so he might not want to go there anymore. But why not Pittsburgh? These guys got they've got a bum at quarterback, and they're in the wild card. So if they got a legit quarterback, I think they could be the real deal. You got Tomlin out there doing his thing. I don't know why he wouldn't want to play with Tomlin. Everybody wants to play with Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, why not? I mean,
That's a good fit because if the Steelers are basically going with an anointed Mason Rudolph as the heir to the kingdom, for what that's worth, Deshaun beats him in practice on day 2.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think that's he can definitely win that job. That's a fan base that is very forgiving when it comes to their superstars and rally behind. So I think, but does anyone know what the actual teams are that he has? Does he just have a blanket no trade clause and he has to individually approve it, or is there a list that we know of?
He's got to approve it, first of all. There was a quasi list of he was interested in Philly, but so here's what my sources told me. Okay, that sounds so lame saying that shit.
That's good. No, go.
Sauces, Barry.
Deshaun's a warm weather dude. He doesn't want to be playing in the dead ass cold of Green Bay. He doesn't want to, New York necessarily. Denver though was a weird thing because Denver was cold as shit, but it was on his list, so that didn't make much sense. But that's why Miami was so appealing, right? You got a good young football coach, a good young team. It's Miami, the nightlife. He's young. But the 3 that I had heard that he was most interested in was Miami, Denver, and then Philadelphia. But Philadelphia wasn't a viable option really because they ended up settling on Jalen Hurts. So,
is that permanent? You think? Is Hurts got that job by the?
Yeah, for now at least.
Yeah,
I mean, next
and you got
couple of years.
Carolina. You got Carolina and the 49ers also on their list from the Houston Press. Now, who knows how good they are, but. They got Carolina. Carolina, they're not that good, but 49ers are.
I could see
49ers
Carolina.
Got to go.
Carolina's a great one. Yeah. You don't have a quarterback. You've got a guy who they're still auditioning who's been in the league for 5 years, and you've got Cam who won't be around. That's a great one. Niners too. I mean, that's a situation where maybe they include Trey Lance in a deal. Garoppolo, despite the heroics with the hand and the thumb, I don't think he's in their future. So
does Trey Lance excite you at all, though?
I don't think we've seen enough of him to know.
Yes, a big strapping guy with a cannon that can run. That's exciting. That's what the NFL's about.
That cannon, none of that. He didn't do shit. Like Fields is a little more interesting to me than Trey Lance, though. And maybe Trey Lance just needs more seasoning
played the whole
time.
year.
That's what I mean, though.
Trey Lance. I mean,
he got busted up in the shoulder.
What's his name? He didn't play in college, right? He's played like 13 games his whole life.
Davis Mills,
and for San Francisco.
Oh, Lance. Yeah. Well, Davis Mills too, for that matter. Yeah, Trey Lance. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, yeah. So he hasn't played. He didn't play college. He's played like 13 games his whole life, man. And, so I think if you're in the league and you're getting drafted top 10 and you've only played 10 games, not even 10 games, hey.
Dude, who was that other guy who was that quarterback? Was it Matt Castle, who was a backup in high school and then a backup in college and then somehow was a backup in the NFL? Like, how did that guy get the job when you never actually play? I didn't think you could send out practice tape.
He didn't screw up. He's
a big ass dude with an arm. When you're huge and you got an arm, you're in the league.
And that's sad. That's sad. That's all it is.
So what do you think will happen?
Real quick, I want to acknowledge Jared Taylor. Thank you for he resubscribed for 6 months. Excuse me, and then he sent 500 biddies. Let's go. And then Joe Pro with 303 bits. Man, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for participating in the stream and throwing us some bones, man. Much appreciated. What was the question again?
So just to wrap up the Deshaun Watson thing, what do you think will happen? Do you think that Will he play week 1 next year? If that was a prop bet, Deshaun Watson play week 1 next year? Does Deshaun Watson play week 10 next year?
I take 10 over
Deshaun
1.
Watson play in the entire season?
Yes, I take that prop bet, and I take week 10, but I'm not taking week 1.
Yeah, I'm with him. I don't think he's going to play week 1. And who knows? I think there's like 3 girls that might be pressing some real charges on him or something like that. Is what I'm hearing, man. So who knows, man? He might be sitting down again.
Yeah, never mind his legal punishment. He hadn't even gotten anything from the NFL yet. He's not even on the exempt or the commissioner's list. I mean, that shit. He's just unpunished. He's on bail right now.
True.
Right? He hasn't been charged. He's
just ends.
Yeah, for real. For real. I wonder, I used to like, man, how do you feel cashing a check when you didn't actually do anything? Now, as an older man, I'm like, hell yeah. Good job. I bet he picked up every game check with a skip, like that.
Would you feel guilty?
The gif of, years ago I would have said that I'd have felt guilty, but now, hell no. They signed trust me, when the contract fucks you in their favor, they are happy to enforce it.
That's true. Shock.
So when it's your turn,
I'm not making that money in the first place for no reason. I had to have done something to be getting that check in the first place. So no, I don't feel bad about it.
No, your ass sat around. What you did was for last year. What you did was to get the contract, but you still have to earn the pay you get. How many
guys across any sport are making money based on what they did in the past? It's not always about what you're making in the future.
Baseball players, every baseball player on the planet is making money for what he did in the past. But basketball players,
you see a lot of guys at the end of the road, and Deshaun obviously is one of those, but you see guys at the end of the road who get one last good check, even though we all know maybe 2 years into that 5-year deal is when they run out of gas. But a lot of it is based on history. But Will, before you came on, we were talking about the coaching carousel as well. And I don't know if you had heard Joe Judge got the axe about an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago. The Giants made it official. The hometown Texans, talking about David Culley, they're going to make it a final decision on him at the end of the week. So the seat isn't exactly cold. How do you see they playing out? They're going to hold on to Culley, or are they going to try and move on, maybe for a guy like Brian Flores?
Man, that's a tough situation, I think. Culley being a black guy, even though he's very, very, very light-skinned, I would like to see him get more than 1 year coaching some bums. Now, it's a lot of stuff that, being a coach doesn't necessarily mean you know exactly what to do, when to do, what to do, right? It's like being a CEO, right?
Yeah.
Right, but it's like being a CEO. It's about getting the guys in there that you want, that you trust to know what to do, when to do.
Hold on, Willa. I got to stop you right there. You know who says that? People with coaches that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Bill Belichick isn't worried about who the fuck his CIO and his CFO. Like he's getting qualified individuals, but Bill Belichick doesn't need someone in it. He may have had it, but he doesn't need someone in his ear telling him when to take a timeout, telling him when to go for it on fourth down.
I think definitely too. Someone like Belichick, he's got juice. He approves and hires every single coordinator, position coach, fucking down to the ball boys. If Bill says they're hired, they're hired. If they're fired, they're fired. David Culley was assigned his coaches. It was like a rental car.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No decision making whatsoever. And I don't think he has the juice now. It's not like now he's going to be able to say, all right, fuck, I won 4, so now you have to give me this guy.
But I would want to see him get more than 1 year out here with a bunch, with this replacement players. Mills started doing his thing. He was trash at the beginning of the year. At the end of the year, he had me saying, Mills might be all right. We might be able to do something with Mills, man. So I would want to see them grow a little bit. But if we can get Flores, a guy that we know knows what to do, he knows what, but it doesn't matter, right? When you come to the Texans, you're not going to get your own thing, right? Another guy's running the show. You're just going to be in this Patriot South type of situation. Well, Flores is a Patriots guy, right? So that might, it's.
You think he wants to go to another situation with a bad quarterback? He goes from Tua to Davis Mills. If I'm him, I'm going to Denver. Like, man, at least Teddy Bridgewater's a step up from both of those bums.
Yeah,
something.
Trevor
Lawrence, maybe. I don't know, man.
So Tua is a bad quarterback, right?
Yes,
and he's like top 3 in completion percentage or something like that, something crazy like that, right? So he's like a bad quarterback who throws a high completions. So that doesn't even make sense.
You know what that means? Check downs. That means he can't read a defense. He's always checking down.
It's Drew Brees.
Why can't he read it? Why can't he read a defense? I don't know what. See, that's what could be Drew Brees. There's a lot of guys that can do that. You know, so I don't believe that Tua's not good. You're not a Heisman and win championships and then go and take a team on a 7-0 run, not being good. You know, he just might not have a powerful arm, but he's accurate. And that's what people.
You also just described Tim Tebow, right?
No.
Tebow won a Heisman and a national championship, and then even a playoff.
He wasn't the most accurate quarterback in the league.
No, I'm not saying Tua is bad. I think the problem with Tua and Flores, as we're learning more now, seem to be personal, because they had it's reported. I wouldn't say rumored anymore. It's reported that in the last week or so they had a full blown yelling match, pushing match in practice. So I think it's more of this, they were oil and water. They weren't working together well. And so it is what it is. So I won't take anything away from Tua. They chose Tua because who gets paid more in this, right? That's where the dynamics change when you get to the NFL. Every other thing, the coach is either the only one getting paid or the one getting paid the most. You get to the NFL, all of a sudden that player is worth $20 million a year and a coach is worth $3 million. So who works for who?
Is the Texans chose Jack Easterby over Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. That's what doesn't add up. That's what ain't right. Drink into that.
I can't imagine standing on the sidelines and having Easterby in my ear.
Oh my God,
that guy! You think he's reading off, Bible quotes, or he can't have anything constructive, right? That he's whispering into Cody's
not even
ear, right?
Bible quotes, just fucking inspirational memes.
Inspiration, hang in there.
He's like, listen, I'm going to install all of the calls at the line. So instead of you'll hear Aaron Rodgers be like, Green 81. He's like, John 3:16, John 3:16. It's like, oh my God, really, dude, really? Do we have to do Ezekiel 5:17 and 18? Like, bro, we got to snap this fucking ball, Jack.
That's the bread. That's the bread one. Ezekiel 17 and 18. Yeah, it's about how to make grainy bread. Yeah. Yeah, but if I saw a blitz coming, I'm surprised BYU or one of the religious schools hadn't done it. You see the blitz, Revelations, 52 is the devil, 52 is the devil.
Exodus. If I'm BYU, I'm trying to find every center named Moses or running back named Moses. You just part that line. We're going to hell. It's all right.
Love it.
Well, Damon, the playoffs are set. Obviously, we're going to kick into a Saturday, Sunday, full 3-day weekend of NFL playoff ball, and Monday, just the way the NFL intended it. It closed out Sunday night with a bang. 2 teams who had skin in the game. A third team waiting to see if something funky would happen. As it turns out, Chargers Raiders goes overtime. There's a field goal at the end after a timeout. Pittsburgh, and apparently Tomlin dozed off during the game. I don't think he even knew what happened until later, which I can't imagine. But what were your thoughts? I'm assuming you caught that Sunday night. What did you think when that all went down?
Man, I thought that the Chargers coach. People that need to fire a coach, that guy doesn't seem to know what the hell he's doing out there. That was my first thing. And then
that's a good point.
Come to find out that these guys were going to kneel the ball, but he's taking timeouts. I don't give a damn about both of those teams. I like Herbert as a quarterback. I think I think he might be the real deal one of these days. Yeah. But from just watching that game, the thing that came out with it was the Chargers head coach is trash.
Staley, Brandon Staley,
and over his head, he just seemed out the pressure of it. Dude, to be a proper head coach in the NFL, you got to do a lot of decision making. You got to have the flow chart all mapped out and know what to do when. And if you choke, boy, do you look like a fucking idiot.
Wait, are we still talking about? Are we talking about Staley or David Culley? I didn't know. Did we move on?
Same kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
you got these guys they can write books about football. They don't do coaching camps, and they're great. But they get in the heat of a moment in an NFL game with less than 2 minutes, and that pressure is on you, and all of a sudden you're like, "Fuck it, punt," and you don't know what to do.
Coach, it's
that's the hard part of the job.
It's first and 3, punt team. Like what?
Yeah, punt team.
Think about Brandon Staley.
That's funny.
Brandon Staley looks so young. It reminds me of Little Big League. You ever see that movie where that kid inherited the Minnesota Twins and made himself the manager or whatever it was? He kind of looks like Brandon Staley, like a little 14-year-old who got a headset for Christmas. And what? Grandpa left me the Chargers.
This Fisher Price, my first coaching set, and got a little headset, and a clipboard. Yeah, nice.
But he's in the playoffs, and he's got a chance to, turn it all around, real quick.
No, he's not.
Oh, you're talking about the Raiders or the Chargers are out.
Staley's out.
Staley's out.
Oh yeah, because he locked. My bad.
Yeah, because his dumb ass called a timeout. And
they called a timeout.
Yeah.
He should have been back to 10th grade tomorrow.
Will that crazy event where the Raiders sort of half stumble their ass into the playoffs? Is that the peak? Is that the end of their story? Are they about to get housed by the Cincinnati Bengals in the first round? Or is that the kind of thing that sets a team of destiny off for a run to the Super Bowl? What do you see with the Raiders? I see nothing.
Joe Burrow's a mean dude, man. Bengals are stacked. So we're going to, I'm going in this playoffs to see a couple of things, man. I want to see if Joe Burrow's the real deal. I want to see if White Cam, my man Josh Allen out there in Buffalo, if he can get it done. And I want to see if Tyreek Hill is a number one receiver or if he's just a gimmick guy. So that's what I'm going in this playoffs looking at. So I want to see Burrow. Burrow's been balling. I thought he was going to be trash when he went in the league. I didn't want to hear it. Get this guy out of here. I don't want to see it. He's balling. He's balling hard. And I think he'll be able to beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's like, he's good, but he ain't that good. He's like, what's my man's name with the Vikings? He's sort of on
Kirk
that
Cousins.
same tier. Kirk Cousins. They're throwing a lot. They're looking good, but they're not really that good. They're not winners, I don't think. Yeah. It's like, all right, he's going to do something dumb.
I don't know what Carr is. I just don't think he has enough around him to make him good. If he's good, right? Like first of all, credit to everybody.
Megatron?
No.
No, I don't talk about Kirk Cousins.
No.
I'm talking about Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
I'm thinking about never mind.
No, you're thinking about Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, yeah. Those. That's another guy. They're all the same guy.
Yeah. But to me, first of all, you got hats off to everybody in the Raiders organization for keeping their shit together and actually making the playoffs when you consider everything. They had that drunk driving incident, John Gruden and his racist, misogynistic emails that he had to resign for. You had an interim coach. You had the dude that got arrested for fighting. You've just, all this shit has gone down and they somehow managed and they controlled the game. Like they had the destiny of 3 teams in the NFL in their hands at the end of that game, at the last game of the season. And that says something about the character of the team. I think the problem is they just don't have enough around Derek Carr to see what he really could be. They just don't have a lot of talent. Like if you put Derek Carr with the Bengals or with the Browns, I think then you get to see, right? It's like somebody that's got some talent around him. Then you get to see what he's like. But
they're definitely short on depth.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of guys, if you just judge starters, there's a lot of great teams in the league, but the championship teams, the dynasties are built on depth at every position. And the Raiders, they're hell when they're well. They're just sick all the time. They're 2 personnel moves away from being a 4 and 13 team now. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, well, look how fast the Texans fell from playoff contender, division champ to 4 lost teams. And I think the Raiders are closer to that than they are closer to breaking through to the next level. I think this is the end of for me, this is my pick. I'll just throw it out. I think the Raiders get housed. Cincinnati, especially Joe Mixon is back in this game after being on the COVID list. I think missing the last 2 regular season games of for the Bengals. So yeah, they're coming back in full strength.
Smart Chase is nice with it. Yeah, it's
Walt said Bengals are sharp at every position.
Yeah, Walt said, "Who's the 4th guy? Is he a comedian also?" So we want to recap for everybody. That's
sure he is.
We'll stand by Walt. This is Will of the King, a man, a rapper, a sports aficionado, former athlete yourself too, aren't you, Damon? You played something. What did you play in football?
Yeah, I played quarterback and linebacker. I also played baseball, also out there at Prairie View, and out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a
PV,
baseball player too.
PV,
Right on.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm what you
no,
call
you play
athlete,
baseball.
dog.
Well, I know that. I know that.
You're a unicorn.
I just want.
Shit.
The internet says that you guys don't like baseball anymore.
I was gonna say that's why I say you're a unicorn, man. It's hard to find black athletes that play baseball, man. That's been a problem for baseball for a long time. That's been a problem
me
for
coming
baseball.
up. So I played with like Carl Crawford and those guys. So I'm not really. You call me a young man.
That's great.
We're probably close to the same thing. It's close to the same age. Like Jason Bourgeois, a lot of guys from Houston that did play in the major league. So I'm a little older. I'm not. I would be retired if I wasn't playing in the
Crawford.
Well, look at us. Well, we're older too, man. We're older too. We're old. It's all old. And none of us would be an active
I just don't look like
in
it.
sport.
You know, that no, we don't play baseball. We also don't get old either. So.
Black don't crack. Black don't crack.
That's when you know you're old. And you realize there's not a backup goalie or a place kicker left in the Big Four that are as old as you are. They're all gone.
You guys can't tell. Willa is actually 73 years old. That's how he. That's amazing looking. He actually
played with J.R. Richard.
Yeah. All right, so are we all four in agreement that Cincy moves on in round one? Is that what we're doing here? We're all
beating.
No, I'm taking the Raiders.
Oh,
shock! Are you really taking the Raiders?
There is no science
defend
to
your
this.
Pick.
Yeah,
there's no science. I will defend this.
Pick.
There's no science, and y'all have been with me all year. You know, there's rarely any science to this. The Raiders are next to that kid who was playing quarterback, that Garrett, whoever that kid was last night for Georgia. The other feel good story of this thing.
Yeah,
y'all just laid out everything that the Raiders went through from opening night, week one, a funky overtime win on that first Monday night game. You laid it out. Gruden, Henry Ruggs, all this other stuff, and somehow, some way, they find a way to get in. He does have Darren Waller. They do have Josh Jacobs. They have a guy in Max Crosby that got 8 quarterback pressures in the fourth quarter on Sunday night. So on defense, they can bring a little bit of heat. They got Crosby. They got Ngakoue. They can make life miserable for Joe Burrow, who isn't exactly super mobile. Dude's had some injuries. If they can get to him and make him move around, make him uncomfortable, I think they can make Joe Burrow make some mistakes. I wish they had Janikowski. I'd love to have a guy like that be on a boot, a 70-yarder to walk it off. But I actually, that is one of the few upsets I like. I do like the Raiders pulling that one off. They're going to get housed in the second round by Tennessee, but I do like them winning this week.
We got our first dumbass pick of the playoffs.
That's
right.
Now we'll homework to the party.
That's going to be an ass whipping.
Yeah. Well, the third leg coming out of that Sunday night game is the fact that the Steelers are now in, and I contend the NFL would have been fine with him going away with a win at Cleveland, a home against Cleveland, to win at Baltimore to close it out. But as it is, he's going to get put down, I think, in a hard way against Kansas City. Do you give Pittsburgh a fighting chance going to Arrowhead, or is this going to be ugly, ugly, ugly?
See, I think Ben is he's been playing like a bum. I think he's the all-time great. Well, of the quarterbacks that I've seen, he's one of the best to ever do it. Right now, he's stinking it up. They got Tomlin. He's one of the best coaches out here that I've seen so far. So
ever
going against this guy, McCombs. I call him McCombs because I don't want to. I don't like him whatsoever. But he's sort of been. It sounds like they've been sort of picking him up. You know, they're doing the 2 safety high. They're man pressing Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, and they sort of been figuring them out. The better teams, the better defensives have. You know, I think he barely got out of there against Denver. Denver's got a pretty good defense. Pittsburgh, Denver defense, you know, they're comparable, right? So it's gonna be tough. I want to see Pittsburgh win. I do. Probably at the end of the day, they might get. They're probably. My pick would be Kansas City. I'm sorry, guys. My pick would be Kansas City, right? But I think Pittsburgh has a chance to win this game. I think you could fluster McCombs out there. He could, you know, we'll see. It seems like he's learning how to drop the ball down, how to hit his third option, how to drop the ball down to the to the running back. It seems like he's learning that these last what did they won 7 games or something like that, something crazy like that. These last games that he's been playing, but lights come back on again and it's playoff time. Is he going to go back to just trying to bomb it like he was at the beginning of the year, where they got 2 deep safeties? They're shutting down Kelsey and Hill because there's 2 guys on them. We're going to see. More than likely, he's going to win. I don't want him to win. I want to see Pittsburgh win. But if I had to make the pick and money was on the line, KC's probably going to sneak out of there by 5 points or so.
I would say I'm probably a little bit higher on the confidence in Kansas City over Pittsburgh here. They had this exact game, 3 weeks ago, if that long, and KC just pulled their pants down and showed their little ding-dongs to everybody there at Arrowhead. And I don't see the Steelers being dramatically better, and I think the Chiefs have slightly improved, even though the Chiefs just did lose their season finale. I'm going to the KC to win. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they were already kind of locked in. But I like KC in this. I'm looking for what Willow's looking for too. I think Reek's going to go crazy in this one. I think he's probably going to be about 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Kelsey.
Then that means Tomlin is horrible coach.
What?
Oh, he's a great coach, but I think he also
knows Tomlin. How dare you, sir?
We know.
No. I said if he lets him go for 150. Tyreek goes for 150, then he's a horrible coach.
No.
Well, I think Tomlin would be you're a coach like a car player, and if you got a 3 and a 5, that's the best you can play with. And I just think they're outmanned. It's just outmanned. He can call whatever call, and they'll make as many adjustments as they can. Now, of course, those 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's probably on 3 catches. Right, each one of them is about 50, 60 yards deep. So it's not like he's grinding it out. Kelsey will be the one that grinds 100 yards out of them. Reek just get behind him and get a quick 80.
Shock, who you got?
I got Kansas City as well, and I think we see a little bit more Mahomes' footwork like we did this past week, where he got a couple of big runs when they needed him. We really didn't see a ton of that this year. He just finds ways to do things on the Pittsburgh side. The problem with them, and we've talked about it for a few weeks, is that leadership isn't there that we've always been used to seeing them have. It's like Ben Roethlisberger is the one leader that anyone can think of anymore. You've got Claypool, who could just very well be taking selfies in the end zone. You've got Benny Snell, who might be toting the rock if Najee isn't 100%. I think Najee Harris will make a go of it, but he's a little dinged up as well. It's what John basically said. I don't think Pittsburgh's got the ammo, and I think Kansas City probably found themselves. That defense is so damn good and has been the second half of the season. They're going to murder
the
Ben
in the game.
Yeah.
The pressure
Ben might not
on
finish that game.
Jones.
Yeah. I'm in
I see a
agreement
10
there.
to 14 point win by the Chiefs.
Everybody's,
Won't be as bad as
on KC. What about the last game, Buffalo, New England? Shock, you go first this time. Who you got?
I'll go first. This is the weirdest 2 games of any team this year. We saw that really funky game in the cold where New England ran the ball and Mac Jones only threw it 3 times. Second time around, I went more Buffalo's way, and it was more the way that we've seen Buffalo play when they win. I think this one will be somewhere in the middle. And it's strange to say this about a quarterback who played at Alabama, but this one might be a little bit too big for Mac Jones in the first round. He hasn't been confident the last 3 weeks. He hasn't played well, whereas Buffalo has been a little bit better. And I think Buffalo is going to win this one probably by 10.
John? Hey, Behannon, thank you for the 200 bits. Also, we didn't acknowledge Truck Driver Pookie's 5 bits. We had a hype train that we got to level 2 in. Day 1, Donna sent us 300 bits. And Christy sent in 20 bits. So thank you guys for all of the biddies. We didn't get to it. We're over here knee deep in sports talking.
I love the look on Willa's face. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Blowing the horn and shit. What is this? Yeah. It's Twitch stuff. It's Twitch stuff. I'm on Buffalo in this game as well. You know, they split the 2 this year, and I think the second matchup, the one that Buffalo won, was a better example of a well-rounded football game. I think you're right. Mac Jones, you get drug out into the deep water in this game, and I think Buffalo's got a little bit too much more of a chip on their shoulder. I'll take the. I think technically, hold on, let me see. I got the numbers here. Buffalo is 4.5 point favorite at home. Over-under is a little low at 43.5. So they're expecting a little bit more of a fist fight. I think Buffalo wins this by 7 to 10 points. That's kind of how I see it. So I'll take Buffalo to cover. And I like, and first of all, I'm going to call him White Cam from now on. But Josh Allen, I think this is going to be a moment for him to shine because I think they have a date with destiny against KC in the next round. But I don't want to skip ahead.
Okay, Willa, who you got?
Oh yeah, I mean I said it before. I'm rolling with White Cam, man. He's one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league right now. He's doing this thing. You know, I don't think I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. The Patriots going to be able to run the ball like they want to. Mac Jones, I do not believe in him. You know, I do not believe in him at all. So yeah, I'm looking for a drumming. I think you know, without Tom Brady, we're going to see how good my man is over there in the playoffs this year, and they ain't going to be that good. So I got the Buffalo with probably like 14 points.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Don't forget the 12th man in this game is going to be a big difference. That Buffalo Bill, the Bills Mafia, with the Pats coming to town in for a playoff situation. They definitely taste the blood in the water, and I think that's going to be probably the hottest game of the night.
This might be one of the best games of the playoffs, actually. Both of these defenses are really good. Probably the two best defenses in the NFL. So then you take into account you got a rookie quarterback on one side. You got a young guy trying to prove himself. You got two really good head coaches. I think the difference is Bill Belichick, but Buffalo's offense is just better. Defensively, they're about the same. They're both elite, right? But I think Buffalo's offense is just better. So, I mean, obviously, New England gets the nod if you're checking all the boxes, right? Defense is a push. Coaching is New England, and offense goes to Buffalo. I like Buffalo winning the game, but I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's really close. I think this is a 1-point win, a last-second field goal. I think these two teams are evenly matched despite what we saw in the first game and the second game. So, yeah, I look for this one to be a lot different because it's playoff football and not regular season football.
Hey, Fidel paid to say how many tables will die that night. How much furniture in northern New York is going to go down in flames? It's going to be like Athens, Georgia last night, probably. Maybe a little bit more.
Dude, that's a great business idea. If you're just go into tables, like the table business in Buffalo, you make a mint doing that.
18-wheeler full of furniture. Tables. Absolutely.
Yeah, come on down. It's Frank's collapsible tables.
After we get one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's swing over to the NFC, and the Rams and the Cardinals have been duking it out over in the NFC West all year. They're going to meet in the first round. This is a game I would have liked to have seen a little bit later on, but as is, the Rams end up the higher seed. They're the 4 against the 5th-seeded Cardinals. Kyler Murray, we already mentioned the Matthew Stafford in this. How do you like this game playing out Monday night?
I'm an Arizona guy. Is Hopkins playing? Do we know that? Hopkins
don't know
is
yet.
not playing, right? We don't know if Hopkins is playing. It's going to be tough. We're going to have to see what Kyler is made of. I'm going in picking Arizona. I think it's going to be a tough game. But like I said, Stafford, Carr, the Cousins, these guys are all the same. At the end of the day, when the going gets tough, they're going to start throwing interceptions, I think. And I think, Arizona's going to skin out of there barely, maybe like a 3-point win, something like that. Tough game. We've got to see what Kyler. I think Kyler Murray's been hurt a little bit. I think that's why he's sort of been, falling off. But
it's a foot injury too, so it slowed him up a little bit.
Yeah, he's the dog out there, man. The best high school quarterback to come out of Texas. He's a dog. So I want to see him do his thing. And so I'm going to roll with Arizona, man. Barely.
Yeah, so that's a quick update. Hey, Move Maker, thank you for the resub. That's 6 months in a row, man. Much appreciated. So D-Hop could return if the Cardinals advance to the NFC Championship game. So you won't see him in this round for sure. So, yeah, no D-Hop. So.
If it wasn't where J.J. Watt's also on the fence, too. He could be another week out.
D-Hop difference maker, J.J. Watt. I mean, he does his best coaching from the sidelines anyway at this point. I'm kind of on the same page as D. Willa, but the direct opposite. I everything he said I agree with, but I think the outcome is going to be the Rams sneaking by just by a little bit in this one. And I got no math to point at it, just as a gut reaction. And I think the way the brackets lined up, whether it's the Rams or the Cardinals, they're going to get buzzsawed by Green Bay next week anyway. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it lined up. I don't think Philly or San Fran win their games. So I think the winner of this one's going to wind up stuck with Green Bay.
Titan Hugo said Rams by 13. Why does he have Joe Pro's picture? What the hell?
It's a great question.
So weird. This software is so whack sometimes, I swear. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where neither one of these teams should both be better than they are, and at times this year they played better than how they finished, but they've just, I guess the terms, they've just been inconsistent. You don't know what to expect week to week. So it's a tough. You could convince me either way in this game, but I think just based off of, I'm going to go with the Rams. Just I don't even know why. Matthew Stafford. I mean, Sean McVay. And if you were like, that's stupid, Kyler Murray and I'd be like, you're right. Let's go with that one then.
There's no difference maker, right?
Yeah.
So, same thing for me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John. No, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I was just agreeing.
Okay. Go ahead. Now, I was going to say the reason I'm leaning Arizona, and it's not math at all, there's no science, is that I think arguably every game Matthew Stafford plays the rest of the season is the most important game that he's ever played in his life. He was in Detroit, slogging it out for a long time. He may have had a big game at Georgia. I don't even remember anymore. But I like the Cardinals Monday night, the only game of the night. All the brightest lights going to be on Monday night, and I would need to be convinced that Matt Stafford could get it done in that setting. And I know less about Kyler Murray than I do about Matt Stafford. I got 12, 13 years of Matt Stafford stuff to look back on. But Kyler Murray, I know when he starts running and you can hear that little Benny Hill music in your head when he's running around the backfield because his little legs start jumping around. I feel like he's got a play or two up his sleeve that he is going to be able to pull out to make the difference. And that's something Matt Stafford can't do anymore.
Hey, Move Maker, thank you for the sub, buddy. He also resubscribed for 6 months to the channel. We appreciate that on both accounts. By the way, Steelers, where did it go? Steelers Nation Australia, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you. Good night.
Beautiful.
I know you got to get up and make sure all the toilets are flushing counterclockwise. So appreciate that.
Don't throw themselves on the Barbie.
Hell no, they don't. No. So, Shock, who did you say you were going with?
I'm leaning with the Cardinals.
Okay,
I think there'll be a couple of just singular plays that Kyler Murray can make. They're going to put them over the top, but it's going to be a close one.
Hannon, thank you for
the
in your bits. What'd you say, John?
Sorry?
I said, so in Shock's eye, Kyler Murray is the difference maker, and I can see that. I got no argument against that. Okay. This game could be a one-score game, or I think either team could beat the other by 24 points, and it wouldn't be a surprise. Yeah, I don't have as good a feel for this game as Willa does.
Yeah, exactly.
Donna, thank you for the 33 biddies.
This one on Sunday in 1981, 1982, this would have been a really exciting game. But as it is, we're looking at Dak Prescott versus Jimmy Garoppolo and his webbed fingers that are disturbing him a little bit. People were talking about upset alert all day. I don't know.
Hold on. Who's got webbed fingers? What?
Jimmy Garoppolo's got like damaged webbed thumb or whatever that he was still able to play through on Sunday.
He got a paper cut. That's a pretty dude now.
Yeah.
He's like,
I can't get in my head. Yeah, he's got
I cut it right in a poem. Man.
Yeah, apparently this fracture they keep talking about affects this part between your thumb and your pointer finger, and somehow he can still grip the ball and wing it. So good on him. Really? But yeah, so we got the Niners visiting the Dallas Cowboys, and the super duper bright lights for the Dallas Cowboys. This is all coming down to Dak, and can he carry these guys to a victory? They got a killer defense, but man, we're going to be looking at Dak staring down that Microsoft Surface trying to figure out what went wrong, or is he going to ride this out to victory on Sunday?
Well, Dak has been to 2 playoff games or just one? Is it one? Both of them against Aaron Rodgers.
So.
And both of them he threw for like 400 and some yards. Both of them he had the game winning. Well, not both of them. I know the first one he had the game winning touchdown until Aaron Rodgers came, and even after that, he still threw the ball to a guy who just dropped the ball in the end zone. When it's playoff time, we haven't seen nothing but greatness from Dak. So the question Dak in the playoffs is sort of like, what are we doing? Dak balls in the playoffs. He actually balls hard in the playoffs. His other guys, now what the hell is the defense going to be doing? Is this guy, what's Diggs? Is he going to be able to hold? Is he going to be able to shut down a guy when it counts? Is number 11 going to be able to make some bigger plays? I believe so. I believe Dallas has a good shot in these playoffs. They're in the bum division, so it's hard to tell. Are these guys really that good? Defense looks pretty good. Dak balls in the playoffs. He may not win, but he balls in the playoffs. So I'm not worried about it. I think these guys are going to go out there and run old Jimmy, what's the name, porn star Jimmy out the water. Easy money.
Big Dick Jimmy
Easy
Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Like some thick.
Barry, how you like that game playing out Sunday?
I tell you what, I believe in Dallas's defense, even though at times we thought that it was a question mark, but that is a good defense. And when you couple that with the best offense in football and points wise and otherwise, that's a fact. Dallas just puts up ungodly numbers. And I just don't think San Francisco has the firepower offensively to hang with Dallas. When you look at the San Francisco averaged 25 points a game. Dallas was averaging 31 points a game. That's on average. There's just no way that Garoppolo and company are going to be able to outscore, regardless of defense, is taking it all out there. That's just offense isn't going to be able to keep up with Dak and them boys. So I'm rolling with the Cowboys.
Hey, 49ers, they're on their way up, right? We all know that, but they're not there yet. So I like Dallas in this game. Like for what you guys both been saying, the defense is legit. This is a defense that has, I think, title game qualities.
Micah Parsons is a
I don't
beast.
know if I'll take them farther than that just yet. But, Willa makes an excellent point about Dak. Dak's going to, I think, come out. I think he's going to respond well to the pressure. You imagine the pressure that's going on right now from Jerry Jones on playoff week. I guarantee you, this is gonna. If they lose this one, there's a lot of people going to lose their jobs. There's a lot of people with brand names going to lose their jobs if they fuck up this one. So I made it a point not to be a Cowboy hater this year. Give them an honest read, a good look. They have been impressive. I think they get this game pretty handily. Garoppolo doesn't have much of a running game behind him other than Deebo Samuel. I mean, Deebo Samuel, hell of a player, but they need two more of him to be a threat in the NFC right now. So, I like the Cowboys to win this one by 10 points.
The matchup that I keep seeing them point out is apparently Micah Parsons will be the guy on Deebo, and can he take him out? Or they're going to look for other places on the field to attack him. George Kittle is also a huge weapon that got glossed over all morning from what I saw.
True.
And this was
George Kittle
kind of a coin flipper for me too, because I think the Niners can run the ball a little bit better than people think, and I'm going to be that guy and take the upset. I'll go ahead and take the Niners going into Dallas and coming out with probably a 3 or 4 point victory. I'll do it.
Well,
I'll be
I wanted to see as if CC didn't hate you enough. Shock. You had just made up with that nice woman, the leader of the Dallas Cowboys.
I never made up with her. I never made up with her. I was out at the marathon site holding out water for her, and she just ran right past me.
Oh, wow. Well, that's cold. Well, okay. This sounds like it's personal.
Yeah, that's all that was. That's all that pick was.
Tying up the NFC.
Hold on. Sorry. Will, I was going to ask you, man, because, we know how we all align as far as it comes to, teams and players and shit like that. But, like, you're a Houstonian, right? Like, what's your teams? How do you feel about the Cowboys? Or are you just a guy who roots for the free agents that you like?
Yeah, I'm a guy. My team is the team with the black quarterback. Just keep it 100 with you. That's my team. Except for Mahomes. Man. But when it comes to Mahomes, I'm going to take him over everybody else. And then White Cam, who I put in there also. But yeah, that's who I roll with.
White Cam gets an invite to the cookout. Is that what I'm hearing? He gets an invite to the black quarterback cookout. I roll with him. Okay.
I watch the Texans every week. I don't really like them, but I'm a Houston guy, so I watch them. I just feel like I've got to. So I watch them, I rock with them. That is, you got to watch them
so that you can talk shit at work, right?
I don't even talk shit about them. I just I don't really talk shit about them. They're trash. Just like this is my team, the Rockets. The Rockets is my team, and they're trash.
Speaking of trash, Jesus,
it just is what it is. But I want black quarterbacks to win.
Okay.
Except for Mahomes. He's on the bottom of the list.
Do you base it based off of shade, like you said? Like, I feel like is it the same thing with like coaches? You're like, man, I really want Mike Tomlin to win. David Culley, I really don't give a fuck. He's too light skinned for me. I hope he ties. Like, I don't want him to lose because he's black.
Shade at all.
Okay.
Wilson is my guy. I rock with Russell Wilson.
I got you. Okay.
I like Kyler Murray.
Also, I thought
you
Barry saying on a scale of Pat Mahomes to Lamar Jackson, what's like the proper?
Yeah, Lamar's in the middle.
I'm not
He's
digging
the darkest.
There you go. I'm not digging a grave here, Don. I mean, look at the other games Dallas played outside of their shitty division. I mean, Philly is in, but they had to get a little luck to get in. They weren't great shakes against the rest of the league. They had a winning record, but it's not like they were dominant. They can definitely be handled, just not by Philly, Washington, or the Giants, like most other teams. So,
yeah, case in point for that, if you look at Barry was bringing up how many points their offense scores, you also had to factor in, what was that, 56 that they dropped on Washington, 42 in the first half. So they had a couple of run-ups. They had a couple of Alabama versus Troy scores that they threw up there. But yeah, I'll give them this win. So we got one more. Sorry, Shock, I didn't mean to cut you off before we got to the final.
Not at all. Last one of the weekend, the Buccaneers, who were under the radar a lot of the year. They had a lot of injuries
lopsided scores.
Think so?
Yeah, 45-17 Dolphins, 48-25 Falcons.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about this game here.
38 against the Colts. Like, I mean, yeah, that's what good offenses do. Yeah. They put up big numbers against shitty teams.
It's true.
Okay. Well, I'll go first on this one. I'm taking an upset here, and it's mainly because of injuries to Tampa Bay. I mean, he's going there basically with Mike Evans and Gronk at this point. They lost Chris Godwin. They lost Antonio Brown. I'm not saying Brady can't get it done, but he's a little addled as far as his weaponry goes. Philadelphia does the one thing that historically has been very valuable in the playoffs. That's being able to play good defense and run the ball well and eat clock. Jalen Hurts, I'm not in love with as a quarterback. I still would like to see him throw a little bit better, but he's progressing. But they move that ball on the field, and the Eagles eat clock. And I think with Tampa Bay being a little banged up in the wrong places, I personally think this is a good opportunity for a team like Philly and Sirianni and Jalen Hurts to get a dub.
And so you're going Philly?
I'm going Philadelphia.
That's such a homer-ass pick, Shock. Shock, what team do you root for besides the Ravens?
Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a homer-ass pick, Shock. No, your logic was sound. Willa, you look like you wanted to add to it.
Oh, no. I feel his pick, man. That's what I want to see happen. Will it happen? Probably not. Hurts, he's not there yet. He ain't there yet, but he can run that thing. So if they keep it close, Hurts is a guy that can make it happen. We were talking about Kyler Murray can make it happen. Hurts can make it happen. He's a guy when the going gets tough, he might not throw it, but he's got them legs, man. I think, what is he? Is he the best rusher ever? Best rushing quarterback ever for the Eagles? And they had McSlab and Vic, right? So they're still gonna lose, but I like Hurts out there, man. I rock with Hurts. He's
I'd love to say that. Well, who are you? So you're actually picking the Bucs.
Your pick is the Bucs. He's like, I like them. They're going to lose, but I like them.
Yeah. Okay. If it's close, if it's a close game, the Eagles win, but I don't think it'll be close.
What are you talking about? If it's a close game, there's Tom fucking Brady on the other side, the greatest football player of all time. I don't give a fuck if he's got Lynn Dawson running routes out there. The motherfucker is going to win that game. All right, I woke my wife up. I'm sorry.
She's pissed. Bear's got to take a timeout.
That sounds good. He's also 80 years old. So we're going to see if he does. Hey, he is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And I think he's going to win. But down to if it's a close game, I'm picking the Eagles. But I don't think it's going to be close.
Okay.
Eagles have zero pressure on them in this game. They're not expected to do shit. They're facing the Bucs in Tampa, the defending champs, Tom Brady, all that. Now, sure, but the Bucs, they're like you guys made the point, pretty banged up, right? I don't even know who the hell runs for them right now, but it ain't anyone that they wanted to. And receivers are banged up. I'm being told there's a problem with Antonio Brown. We'll figure that out later.
Film at 11.
So I think the Phillies can come in and be happy to be the bad guys on the road, play completely loose with nothing to lose, and make a hell of a ball game out of this. I think the Bucs squeak by this one. I think the Eagles give them a whole lot more pressure. I think the Bucs sneak by and come out banged up. That's my pick.
All right. They played earlier in the year. Bucs won 28-22. If that means anything.
Was that week 2, week 3?
Early in the year.
Eagles are a little different team now. That was very earlier in the year.
No, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Game 6. I wouldn't exactly call that early in the year.
That's before the Eagles started running for 180 a game. That's before the defense got ramped up. Before Dallas Goedert got paid and started balling out every week. They're a different team than they were in Week 6.
Okay. The first third of the season, I would say that as much.
Okay.
It really was.
I'm obviously going Tampa Bay because all this foolish talk about the 7-seed Philadelphia Eagles just housing Tom Brady and Gronk and Mike Evans. Come on, man. And that defense and Ndamukong Suh and that front seven. Come on, fam. Shut up.
Say, what has Gronk been doing this year? Right? So he was sort of sucking for a while.
Just catching touchdowns.
Getting nice.
The last 2 games. But before then, he was stinking it up, right?
Listen, don't come in with facts. Don't come in with facts, Will. Nobody wants your facts. Scram with them facts.
We talked about that earlier in the season, Will. He got beat up. Gronk got hurt in the back real bad. And he looked his age all of a sudden. So, yeah, he had that stretch where he was putting copper fit on everything. He was trying to get his old man body ready to play again.
Does anybody own a copper fit? I know somebody that bought one. Do you guys have a copper fit? Anybody use it?
Nah, man.
I got like a copper fit mask. My dad had a whole bunch of them, so I stole them from him.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty slick.
It's hard to breathe.
Like an Assassin's Creed looking mask. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Got the little things on there.
Nice.
Oh man! All right, yeah. In the future, Will, when you come back on Sports Right, you gotta wear the copper fit for the show, man. You gotta get a sleeve or something too. You know?
Hey, anybody want to guess who the second highest scoring offense was in football behind the Cowboys? Anybody want to just guess? And just don't just a guess.
The Rams,
Texans,
the Chargers.
Oh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, guys.
Georgia.
Oh, well, Georgia? I thought that seemed too obvious.
Georgia.
The Bulldogs.
Yeah, that sounds good.
No,
Eagles putting up 20.
They're playing a lot of bums also, so both of these teams are playing bums for 6 games a week, right?
Yeah, well, you can't say the Cowboys play bums if the Eagles are in their division.
Both.
I mean, what the okay.
Everybody's a bum.
I was going to say, unless you're in the NFC West, you're probably playing bums anyways.
Yeah. Willa, you catch any of that title game last night? Did you catch Georgia Bama? What'd you think?
Oh man, I thought it was an excellent game, man. Defensive slobber knocker at the first half. Then all of a sudden they open it up. I like, Bill O'Brien doesn't know what the hell he's doing out there. He doesn't look like
surprise.
Georgia started like switching it out, started like rolling out their quarterback, making a little adjustment, and they went to work on it, man. So hey, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I don't know if the same thing happens if Alabama has their 2 leading receivers, because 84 is out there missing balls. He missed that one ball. It probably would have been a touchdown to get I don't know if that was put him up. Might have put him up. And then
that was early,
when you got to throw to the little short white guy, I don't think that's probably not the guy that you want to be throwing it to. And I don't even know who he is. He's probably good, but they lost their 2 main
future
receivers.
Patriot.
Right.
He's probably real good, but that's not the guys. He didn't want to throw it to 84, who I think is a freshman, and then I don't know the little white guy. I just know it's another little white guy out there catching the ball. So it was a good
route runner. Good route runner. Solid route runner. Good hands.
High motor.
High IQ.
They may be great athletes.
Little.
Yeah.
When I see those Southern white kids that are on the bench, and they have like the Bieber haircut, I just there's no way this kid can ball. There's no way. There's no way this guy's a first teamer. Why the hell is this?
Yeah, your haircut can't come out of the Supercuts book where you're like, let's see, do I want a bob? Do I want to? Yeah, you can't get that. I think I'll take this Alfred E. Newman part. Give me that, and then expect everybody to think you can play football. It don't work like that.
That dude, because he's playing for Alabama and he's playing, so he's probably a baller. But
yeah, exactly.
He's a little dude. And they're not, if you gotta. I think if they had their 2 receivers, it would have probably been the same thing that happened.
I don't know, man. Before. That Georgia front 7 is fucking good, dude. Bama couldn't get anything going against that Georgia defense. Yeah.
Yes, we have found common. Hey, D. Will, appreciate you coming on with us, dude. It's a treat to hang out. Hope you had a good time. before we let you go,
appreciate it,
why don't you let us know your bracket here? We can get you on the record. Who's going to win take us through the what you got in the bracket for the NFL playoffs and give us your Super Bowl winner if you're prepared.
Well, I'm not really prepared, but I will say who I got. I got the Cowboys versus Arizona. That's who I've been with the whole time. It's going to be, you know, what is that? 1.5 black quarterbacks playing for the Super Bowl. So that's where I got it at.
Is that because Kyler's short because Dak's so light?
No, I think Kyler Murray is black. I believe he's black. Okay. Like his parents are black.
Yeah.
He's mixed. So we got 1.5. And I think they're ballers. I am a Cowboys fan. I don't like their fans, but I'm a Cowboys fan. So I think that's who I picked. That's who I picked at the beginning of the year. So I'm the type of guy that I just stick with my picks. More than likely, Green Bay is going to win, and I hate Aaron Rodgers.
So that's one half of the bracket. You still got to pick the AFC. So who do you have between Arizona and Dallas in the Super Bowl?
Dallas.
Okay. I thought you were saying 1.5 because Kyler Murray was so short. He's like a half a dude, but now I get it. It's just because Dak is mixed. No. So is this? So you said it's an all black Super Bowl. So I'm guessing you have Kansas City advancing on the other side to the Super Bowl, playing the Cowboys.
Yeah. Okay. The logical it says they're gonna do it. I don't like them. I don't really enjoy watching Kansas City play. I think they just run a lot of screens and a lot of gimmicks, but it works. It works well. It looks like McCombs is out here learning how to dump the ball down, and it's going to be hard to stop. If he could do that, it's going to be hard to stop him for years to come. So it's going to be him and Dak on this, trying to see who gets the most Super Bowls, I think, coming up.
He gets too crafty. I think that the no-look pick six is a trademarked look from Patrick Mahomes. He gets too crafty out there.
But he hasn't been doing too much of that these last couple of weeks. Seems like he sort of figured out, hey, to win, I just got to dump the ball down. I got to wait for Kelsey to get open. I got to run around, hit Kelsey. He isn't doing a lot of that stuff no more. It doesn't seem like to me. But when it's time to shine again in these playoffs, will it happen? We'll see.
Right. But he gets pressured, starts trying to play hero ball. Everyone loves hero ball.
Right.
All right, everybody. Cool. So you got Dallas over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. We'll write that down. We'll double check
that down. Dak Prescott MVP.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're calling MVPs too. Okay, all right. You got free drinks in Dallas.
Unless Micah Parsons steals it, yeah, you're probably right. Quarterback usually gets it.
Michael Parsons dominated the league with 12 sacks.
Oh, dominated the league,
and there was another. Right,
you forget about T.J. Watt. You forget about all the work T.J. Watt did.
Parsons was a little hype job, I think. I think he's a little hype.
Okay.
So we're going to see what he's got. I think he's a hype job. But he's good. Yeah. But he didn't, a guy had 22.5. Was it 22.5 or 3.5?
I didn't look it up.
Yeah.
Yep. T.J. missed 3 games. Still got that.
Yeah. That's pretty good. 22.5 sacks. Pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. No, he did his thing, and he didn't have to. The guy didn't have to fall down for him to get that, like a far.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, what's his name?
Took a dive for Strahan. Yeah. Well, Willa, hopefully we'll be able to have you back. Appreciate you coming on and talking football with us tonight, especially with your expertise as a linebacker and a quarterback. Usually, me and the special teams kicker isn't really bringing the credibility to the party. So thank you for that.
Yeah, man. No doubt. Appreciate y'all having me.
We'll get you on talking Rockets and Astros as soon as we have something to talk about.
All right, cool. And whenever y'all talking boxing, that's my shit right there. Boxing. I know y'all probably didn't watch boxing, but you watching boxing,
science, huh?
That's my shit.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll talk it. We'll have you on.
And RIP to Sidney Poitier and those other white people that died, man. RIP to all those people. Yeah,
all of them. Desmond Tutu, he's black, right?
Yeah. Betty White.
There you go. I'll give you
Betty White, the rock guy, comedian.
Oh yeah, Bob Saget, of course.
R.I.P. to
Shit.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
it's been
That's
a bad,
true.
it's been a bad
That's a
couple
good
of
one.
weeks. Shit.
R.I.P. to the black people and the white people and the mixed people and the brown people and the yellow people. R.I.P. to the people.
But only the white people that can
R.I.P.
ball, like White Cam.
White Cam, hey,
White Cam.
that's my guy.
White Cam.
Willow, we
White
appreciate
Cam.
you, man. Thanks for joining, bud.
All right, man. Appreciate it,
stuff.
fellas. Y'all have a good one.
That's good stuff, man. That's outstanding.
That's
You know,
quality
it's
right
funny. It's funny. He just mentioned Mahomes dumping it off. I was watching that final drive of the Chiefs game, and I realized that on 2 plays, I think Mahomes got close to 65 yards passing, but neither of those passes went more than 3 yards. I'm thinking, I wonder how differently we would regard some quarterbacks if we looked at just their active passing yardage and not all the yak. Like if you took the yak out of the equation,
Yeah.
even with Montana, John Taylor and Rice used to catch slants 6 yards out and take it 80 yards.
West
to the
Coast
house.
offense, that's what it is. I mean, like
how different those numbers would look. Yeah.
I tell you what, there's a lot of that, but you don't realize it, right? Because like you said, you look at the Chiefs offense and you think that's a dynamic offense. That's because they could run the ball, because they've got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, they can hit you with the chunk play, or they can, matriculate the ball down the field, so to speak. But I mean, that's the West Coast offense, right? That's a Gary Kubiak offense. That's a run the ball, bootleg, find your tight end, run in a slant or a post, and you're good to go. And you're all of a sudden that's a big play after a couple of 2 and 3 yard runs. I think Peyton Manning made a living off of it in Denver. Drew Brees wasn't known to throw the deep ball very much. I mean, there's plenty of guys. It's because at the end of the day, it's really about taking what the defense gives you, right? And if everyone has said that everyone has figured out this Chiefs offense, Willa said it. We've been saying it on this show. I said it on my show. The talking heads have been saying it. 2 high safeties. It's all you hear when you hear about the Kansas City offense. So if that's the case, then you'd be stupid to try to force it. And that was the problem early for the Chiefs, is after Tampa ran to Tampa 2 and showed in the Super Bowl that you could beat the Chiefs running to Tampa 2, then Kansas City came out in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. They were facing Tampa 2s and decent defenses, and Patrick Mahomes was trying to be the old Patrick Mahomes, the old Kansas City Chiefs. It didn't work. You have to adjust, and they did. So I'm not going to hate on the guy. You just take on what they give you. He's capable of the big throw. I mean, the dude's got a cannon for a fucking arm.
The other part of that, though, is you do play that high, too, and if you can't tackle Tyreek Hill or Hardman in open space, if you have 5 guys bounce off of Kelce, and I swear to God, I've seen 5 plays this year where he got 20 to 40 yards plus with 7 dudes he broke tackles on because they can't bring that moose down, and that just adds to it. Yeah, Matt Shaw. There you go.
Well, you're talking about some of those all-time greats, the gunslinger quarterbacks. One thing that you kind of forget that they all had was a badass running back who was a killer threat.
True that.
And the Chiefs, Mahomes kind of went the way Edwards-Helaire did when he was out and they were running backups out there. If you didn't have that running threat, that's what keeps those safeties tight. That's what keeps them honest. That's what gives you that back third behind them to work with. When you ain't got a running threat, they're just gonna sit back and wait on every down.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Church.
Yeah, be handing. Herbert has a better arm than Mahomes. I mean, he's got a more powerful arm. But man, can you imagine if if the Chargers had the Chiefs defense, how completely different that team would look? That would be crazy, but they do not.
Yeah.
Does Herbert really have a better arm than?
I think that dude could throw a blade of grass through a phone pole. Absolutely, he's got like Elway type velocity.
I mean, some of those drives that he had against the Raiders were really impressive, and I know they lost the game and all that, but and you guys know I was a Chargers honk all year. Was so sad but I love Justin Herbert's game. But I'm curious. Is his arm really that strong? Does he have? Are people saying he's got the strongest arm in the NFL, or just stronger?
We'll
than
say him and Josh Allen.
Okay,
him and White Cam. Yeah, they're the ones that can from the knees throw it 70 yards.
Gotcha.
He's got like Flacco type power, but he's more accurate and he knows when to get rid of the ball too. He doesn't stand there and take sacks. He's like got that clock that they talk about with your better quarterbacks who know when to get rid of it. I'm sure he's eaten some stupid sacks as a second-year guy, but he seems to know when to get rid of the ball and not take unnecessary yardage a lot of the time.
I Googled it just to see like arm strength, rating, whatever, if I could find something that had like a rating. And the only thing they have is Madden. And the top, here's your top 8. I wonder, can you guys guess? Okay, I got top 10. I want to see if you can guess the top 10. Do you want to go from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Strength starting of
distance?
Just arm strength. The rating in Madden for arm strength, which would just be how far they can throw it. If you're on the 20,
Current
can you
guys.
get it to the? Yeah.
Or how about we guess for one and you tell us where they actually are?
Okay. Yeah, give me a name.
I'll just start the bidding. I know this won't be on there. Kirk Cousins. He's supposed to have
Not on there. Not on there.
Not on the top 10. Okay, cool.
I don't think you're going to
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is 9 on the list.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now I know
Kirk
where
Cousins?
this list.
Yeah.
I just said Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh, did you?
To the show, Shock?
Yeah,
I was thinking.
All right.
I was too busy.
Well, I'll go. Here's who I think it might actually be: Josh Allen.
Hey, Josh Allen is number 1. Josh Allen is number 1. Chat, feel free to participate in this. You guys, I don't want to exclude you. I know we were.
No more calls. We have a winner. I already know.
We were very busy, so I didn't. We try to show love to the chat. H-Town Badger said, "Is Lamar Jackson number 1?" No, Lamar Jackson's actually 10 on the list.
Okay.
H-Town Badger. Josh Allen is number 1. We have established that Jackson is 10 and Wilson is 9.
How about Herbert?
Justin Herbert is on the list. He is number 7.
That low.
Yeah, he has a 93 rating. Josh Allen, by the way, just for has a 99 rating at number 1. The only 99 on the list.
We're just forgetting Rodgers. I mean, that dude
arm strength.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Who?
That's a good one, John.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, 3rd on the list. Well done, Johnny. Well done. 95 rating for Matthew Stafford.
And then Shock
Rodgers
said Aaron.
Aaron Rodgers, number 5 on the list.
Oh, okay.
With a 95 rating.
Are they still putting Roethlisberger on this list?
No, they are not. Cherry! Thank you for the 100 biddies, sweetie.
I'll go with Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, not on the list. Fidel said I missed the question.
Wow.
This is top 10 arm strength according to Madden. Top 10 arm strength according to Madden. We've got Josh Allen at 1, Matthew Stafford at 3, Aaron Rodgers at 5. Did you guess Aaron Rodgers? Did somebody? Yeah.
Yes.
If not, I just gave it to you.
You said Herbert was 2, right?
Herbert is 7
Oh, 7.
with a 93.
How about Derek Carr?
Russell
How about
Wilson
Derek
is
Carr?
9 with a 92, and Lamar Jackson is 10. So that's the names you have. H-Town Badger said Mahomes is 6. No, Patrick Mahomes, H-Town Badger, is number 2 with a 97. So Josh Allen 1, Patrick Mahomes number 2, Matthew Stafford number 3, Aaron Rodgers is 5, Justin Herbert is 7, Wilson and Lamar Jackson 9 and 10. So we're missing number 4, number 6, and number 8. I'm going to give you one guess.
And whoever gets the highest wins.
Yeah, if you don't get it, you're out. And we're going to leave it to the chat, or I'm going to have to give it to you.
Okay.
Kyler Murray.
Nah. Kyler, you're out, Shock. John?
Yeah, okay.
4, 6. Shock leaves the show. 4, 6, or 8. These are really difficult. Nobody would get these.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is not on the list. Number 8.
Are they all starters?
Yes. Yes. Number 8.
No, I'm just curious because you Cam.
No, Deshaun Watson with a 93 rating.
I'm counting.
Arm straight.
Right. Fair enough.
Why are you poo-pooing this? You agree with everything else but one guy? That's not.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
What about Sam Darnold?
Nope, not on the list. B. Hannon, thank you for the biddies, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. So number 8 is Deshaun Watson. Number 6. You guys would have never got this in a million, billion, bajillion years.
Zach
Chat
Wilson.
included. Yes, Zach fucking Wilson.
Boo, fuck him.
Exactly. So Zach Wilson is 6 with a 94 rating. And number 4 is Jen in the chat. Is Jen here? Is Jen here tonight?
Not Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield? No fucking way.
Bullshit.
All
Baker
right.
Mayfield, number 4 on the list.
No way.
Yeah.
Not only is that bullshit,
No
I take back
way.
all the positive things we said about John Madden in the past 2 weeks. Because clearly, if this is what his creation hath wrought, it is the foundation of bullshit.
That's good times. I'm going to show you this so you guys can actually see it with your own eyes. I don't want you to be like, Barry's just out here making up listises. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up. Shows 22. Here we go.
Well, I feel like they just are giving out 99s to guys because they had like 3 good games in a row. It feels like you see an article every month. Madden has upgraded this player to a 99, blah, blah, blah.
There you go.
I would have had Russ higher.
There's your list. Quarterback throwing power, Madden 22. Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, Justin Herbert, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson.
I would imagine if Josh Allen played in a warm weather city and didn't play 4 to 6 games a year in the freezing cold of the AFC East. Like he was in California. I'd be throwing it out of stadiums probably.
But Sean, weren't you the guy that was hating on Josh Allen all year? He ain't shit. What has Josh Allen done?
What's that to do with arm strength?
And I've been telling you, Josh Allen is the truth. White Cam, you put some respect on his name. That's Fig Newton.
What's it have to do with arm strength?
I don't know. I'm just trying to. Any chance I get, I just trying to hate on you.
Yeah, there's no way Baker Mayfield has the same arm strength as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he does.
There's no way.
That's just arm strength. It's not skill set. It's not reading defenses. It's just if you stood on the goal line, where would the ball land in the field of play? And it would land on the 95-yard line. No, just kidding.
We saw Justin Herbert throw a ball 70 yards this year. It was a touchdown pass just before halftime, barely taking a step. He just flicked it. Mm-hmm. Mayfield ain't doing that.
According to Madden, he is.
Yeah, well, he's dead.
You know, can I say something? Boom. I feel like Baker Mayfield really took a PR shot in the dick the last month of the season. Like all of a sudden he's just falling off the map. Like, well, clearly the Browns are done with him. No one else is going to pick him up. He's done. He's going to have to be a fucking State Farm agent somewhere in Indiana where he grew up or whatever the fuck it is. Like, the guy was beat up and injured all season. You think? Yeah. I still feel like it's hard to judge his shittiness based off of a fucking broken clavicle, broken shoulder blade, jacked up knee, stomped on foot. I mean, the guy was rode hard and put away wet this year.
I don't believe in him though. You know what I mean? Like I've never thought that Baker Mayfield was a great quarterback anyways. So the fact that people kind of soured on him, I'm like, okay, he wasn't all that to me anyways.
The job isn't great quarterback. The job is Browns quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great Browns quarterback.
Yeah. Why is everyone so quick to pull the trigger? He's fucking sober and friendly. Let the guy get healthy. You'll fucking love him again.
He makes good commercials. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Right. He's good enough to be what are we expecting? He's already the next Bernie Kosar.
Yeah. Titan Hugo said Mayfield equals Mariota. It's not a bad comparison.
That's not bad.
I feel like though Mayfield has more talent than Mariota. Like to me, Mayfield is like maybe a Jared Goff or.
I figured it out the other day. I got it. You want to know who exactly the career path and style and everything? Jeff Garcia. He is almost exactly Jeff Garcia.
Wow.
Do you hardly even remember Jeff Garcia?
I know. I remember Jeff. Yeah.
I do because he was in Philly. That's why.
Yeah. And he is by far and away a lock, first ballot Hall of Good, right?
Yeah, that's probably.
And that's a solid career,
didn't he?
Yeah, Jeff Garcia is a multi-millionaire, extremely happy, successful person. And whenever he steps out of the shadows and does a TV thing, people are like, "Oh shit, Jeff Garcia! I remember that guy. He played a lot of games against Aikman, I think."
Jeff Garcia. Right? This is a good one. This is better than mine. Teddy Bridgewater equals Baker Mayfield. Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Jeff Garcia is a good one too.
The thing about Cleveland though is that every look back at the season I've seen so far talks about how loaded they were, and that you didn't need to have outstanding quarterback play for that team to win. But he had 4 games where his rating was over 100. He had 5 games that they were under 60. So he was either really good or he sucked ass. And there weren't too many games where it was in the middle, but I think a healthier Mayfield makes a big difference, John. I think you're right there.
And I hope he gets the opportunity, because I watched a lot of Browns games this year, probably 4 or 5 of them. They had some bad beats. They had some games that they were in that they shouldn't be, that they lost a lot of one-score games. They lost a lot of tough ones. Yeah. They weren't really fucking boat raced a lot. So they were in the fight, and that's the reason they play the game and don't just fucking simulate it on Madden. But yeah, I hope he gets the chance. I hope the Browns shut the fuck up and just let him be their quarterback again next year. Because if anyone had expectations of the Browns winning a Super Bowl, it was only the people in that fucking building. Because no one else, I think, realistically. I mean, they were good, but I mean,
on paper,
there's teams you expect to win. Like the Cowboys, you imagine right now with all the pressures they have, they are expected to bring home some fucking pelts, right?
Right.
They need some playoff wins, a Super Bowl appearance at the fucking very least. But Jones wants his scalps. No one in the fucking Cleveland Browns organization or fanhood is like, we are either champions or we're scum, and they fucking
there's no expectation of winning. It's like, just don't embarrass us. Yeah. By the way, just a reminder. Yeah, no, they didn't. But just a reminder, and we're going to get to Joe Pro. I see your question. We're going to get to it in just a second. Just a reminder, if you have not already, you can subscribe to the channel. If you're a member of Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime sub. You can use that and subscribe to Sports Riot, and we welcome it and we appreciate it. If you don't want to subscribe right now and you're new to the show, just follow. Click that follow button. It's free. Yeah. We're trying to get to 1 million followers, and we are at we're at 304. So we're on the way to 1 million followers. Technically, we are. We're at 304. Yeah. So click that follow button.
We should get the graphic with the goal
counter
and the little tiny thing that's now.
I'm totally doing that. As soon as this show's over, I'm making it. When we do our show Thursday, it's gonna say follower goal 1 million. The current 304, and we're gonna be like
304. It's like when they do the fundraiser and it's a thermometer. We'd be like, all right, let's look at the follower. Still not moving. Still.
Let's go. On our way to 1 million, it is 305, 305.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. 305 followers.
Hell yeah.
The muscular dystrophy telethon.
Yeah, exactly.
Ed, let's get a number, Ed.
Cherry, thank you for the resub. We appreciate you, sweeties. Cherry just resubscribed for her 4th month. Cherry. Much love to you. And Joe Pro for the 303, B. Hannon for the 100, and Donna for the 56. So Joe Pro had a question he used his brick points to highlight. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to know, he said, real question, who was the last Heisman quarterback that had a solid pro career? So I've got a list for you. If you want to work backwards, I'll give names and you guys judge. All right. So we're not going to obviously start this year, but Joe Burrow in 2019.
On the way.
So far.
Kyler Murray, 2018.
Also so far good.
Baker Mayfield, 2017.
We just discussed that.
You know what? I'll give him a B- at this point.
Lamar Jackson, 2016.
He's got an MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2014 was Marcus Mariota. Bust. Jameis Winston, 2013.
Bust.
Overall bust. Johnny Manziel, 2012.
Oh, the Diamond's out. Yeah.
What were you going to say about Jameis? You were saying, you know what?
Well, he was having a hell of a comeback start with the Saints. He was looking good. So he got injured. So I would just put the lips there and say not yet. Yeah.
Johnny Manziel we'll see. Johnny Manziel was 2012.
Only thing I'd say is that Jameis has been in the league 8 years. You know,
go 30 for 30.
No, you're right.
You threw the ESPN special. You did a 30 for 30 season. What do they call him? Bobby 36, 2011. Robert Griffin III.
Beset by injuries.
Yeah,
but overall fell short.
And his white girlfriend has no ass, but don't tell him that because he will lose his shit on social media. 2010, Cam Newton. So we'll just go that far back. Cam. Oh, Cam. Actually, we can go 2 more back. We'll skip Mark.
What was the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
But just saying the question alone, Cam Newton, he has had a good NFL career.
The question was,
how did he put it?
That had a solid pro career. Would we say Cam's had a solid pro career? What was solid?
he was starting 11 years in. I would call that a good run. That someone is still believing in him.
There's your answer. Walt with the fact check. Definitely solid. Cam won an MVP and made a Super Bowl. Okay,
true.
If you it's funny though. If you go back one more, I mean, we're sitting here talking about Matt Stafford.
Tebow.
I'm looking at Sam Bradford. I'm thinking, how did he not hang around 1 or 2 more years to get traded to a good team? He was with the Rams and they sucked.
Yeah. How did he not get sent to back up like Brady in New England and get a ring like David Carr did in the New York?
Yeah, what did happen to Bradford?
I mean, he just,
Was it knee? Was it knee? Was it knee or
he crossed the rainbow bridge to the quarterback heaven. He just
he did. He had a season-ending injury with the Vikings, which gave way to he started after Bridgewater got hurt. Went to Arizona in 18, started 3 games, was replaced by Josh Rosen.
Boy, you keep going back though, and the names you're just like, oh fuck! After Bradford, you got horrible. Tebow, Troy Smith, Matt Leinart, Jason White, Carson Palmer had a good career. Yeah, Chris Winkie, like it's just fucking bad.
He was 27 when he got drafted. Chris Winkie.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Chris Winkie made it to the NFL and AARP in the same year.
His backup was Case Keenum.
Hey, Chris Hickey, by the way, original copper fit. He was. He rocked the. It helps with my swollen knees and my arthritis.
Sam Bradford went with lead fit. It's heavy.
Didn't mind copper at that point. Yeah, it was all lead. I like that. So it's interesting. Joe Power asked that question, but we actually had to go back to find a guy who didn't have. Through a couple of years, a solid career. The last 4 have kind of been on point.
That argument definitely lies in your definition of solid.
Right. Can you name one of the 3 teams that have the most Heisman trophies in history? I'll just turn this into a goddamn trivia night.
This is trivia?
Name one of the teams? 3. There are 3 college teams. Shock, don't be cheating looking at Wikipedia. Don't be cheating. Name one of 3 teams. There you go. Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 7 Heisman trophies. Johnny, can you name any of the other 2? One of the other 2?
But nothing since Tim Brown. We haven't got one since Tim Brown.
Can you name one of the other 2?
Ohio State.
Well done, Johnny. Well done, my friend. Anybody want to take a stab at the 3rd team that has 7 Heisman trophies? Take it to chat.
Big Blue, probably Michigan.
Not Michigan, not Harvard,
I think I got
not
guess.
Florida. Yeah,
Army.
Oklahoma?
Not Army. Oklahoma. Army was actually a pretty good guess. They've got 3. Yeah, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Oklahoma have 7 Heisman trophies each. USC with 6. Bama with 4. I would have thought more than that for sure.
I thought Bama had more of it.
Because I thought you guys were going to guess.
Ingram.
Yeah, that's
true. Was Mark Ingram like the first one though?
Bama with 4, and then 3 teams have 6.
4 of them that are very. Yeah.
Dude, I guess I must have fucking Mandela affected myself because I thought Joe Namath was a Heisman Trophy winner. But he is not.
Joe Namath? Hold on, look.
No, he couldn't have been because Joe Namath played at Alabama, and then there was a graphic on the show last night when
there's only 2 Joes that have ever won a Heisman: Joe Bellino of Navy and Joe Burrow of LSU. That's the only 2 Joes that have won a Heisman.
Yeah, no, because they said that he what's his name? Fuck, I can't say his name.
Joe Namath,
the current Heisman Trophy winner.
Bryce Young. Yeah, Bryce Young.
Thank you, Bryce Young.
So after never having had one, they got one with Ingram, they got one with Derrick Henry, then they got the last 2 with Devontae Smith and Bryce Young. So after never having a Heisman, they got 4 in the last 6 years.
Crazy.
That is 8 years, whatever. Did anyone watch the title game? I wasn't interested in the matchup as with a team that I love that didn't make the playoffs. I was actually scouting draft picks last night. Oh, well, that guy looks good. He looked good on our defense. That guy good looking on our defense. That's all I did watching Georgia and Bama was to see who was murking the most dudes and wondering, well, can we get that guy at 14? What are the odds? That's how bad it was.
Look at you, a fucking scout.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Somebody changed Shock's name to Shock Kuiper Jr.
everyone who made I'm like, oh, that guy looked good.
I got brick
then
points.
he could burn the next
look, Shock. Shock, not to take anything away from your obvious talents as a talent evaluator. I feel like they already have guys who are looking at the obvious first and second round dudes. You might want to watch the Senior Bowl if you're looking for value. Right? I don't think they're going to have you looking for someone in their top 100 picks. Like think like Mr. Irrelevance. That's who you need to look for. You know,
deep digging.
Yeah, like the JUCO national championships, shit like that.
Yeah,
I like it.
There's some
NAIA, you got guys fresh out of jail, weird Australians.
There you go. Yeah. Samoans that are just big.
Camping rugby coming on. Yeah, that'd be kind of
rugby
cool.
Kicker.
Yeah. That's where you make your splash as a scout, right? Because everyone's watching the Georgia defensive line, obviously. Duh. You know, those guys already got NILs and shit with Under Armour and Nike and shit like that. Those guys they've been scouted. What you need to do is show up like a scene from Major League, like in an old used car, and you're like, y'all never met Bubba Jenkins Jr.? Bubba Jenkins Jr. just got out of State Penn, and you know, look at him, he's mean as fuck. He's an actual violent offender.
Like,
this guy's gonna be great.
Yeah. He's got like two tattoo tears. He's just like, you can't spell QB.
I got that fella from Game of Thrones, your new left tackle.
Hodor.
Oh no, Hodor is more of a guard.
No.
You get Hodor as a guard, and you get
you're not pulling Hodor. You're not running the old pulling guard with Hodor. Come on, fam.
You're pulling Hodor. Oh,
Hodor
you definitely run Hodor.
Strictly a tackle. Hodor is strictly a right, not even left tackle. You're not. You know, although he saved all them people, he's a blindside tackle. I guess
Hodor has a sneaky size. You know what I mean? He's definitely big, but he plays small. He's got a low motor. Hodor does. You know what I'm saying?
Low motor. Good.
He's not exactly a workout warrior.
His leverage, though, the way he held the door open, his leverage is
no quit.
outstanding.
There's no quit in that kid.
No quit in him,
no
man.
quit.
No matter how tough it gets, he's gonna fight to the whistle. That's for sure.
Yeah,
you did say
but
high Hodor, right?
Definitely let the mountain.
Did I hear that right?
High what?
Yeah, he's got a low motor.
Yeah, he's got a low motor. Yeah, good leverage, low motor. Yeah. Hodor.
The Hound. I think the Hound is a great. I put the Hound at tight end. Right.
Nice. Okay.
In a Gronk role.
Oh yeah. Okay. I like it. Hound at tight end. I dig it. Who is the Hound's brother? He's definitely.
Oh, that was the Mountain.
The Mountain's definitely a pass rusher. No. Hodor is.
Oh, you're putting on defense.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Mountain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm putting Mountain at. He's playing the 7 technique. I'm spreading him wide. 7.
Oh, you're taking it.
Yeah. Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck, Hodor, with your slow ass motor.
You're putting the Mountain at the end. At a fucking end.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I want to see that pass rush, baby.
Hands in the dirt. Is he going all the way?
He's the new Aaron Donald. Yes. Yeah.
I like that.
He's going 4-point stance. Myles Garrett style. Just mountain ass all in the air, ready to get after it. Let's go.
All right. The guy's got he's got a lot to get after it. That's another thing.
Lots of penalties on the mountains. Roughing the passer. Fuck.
Face mask and removal of helmet.
Pulling the head.
Gouging of eyes.
Yeah, he pulled his head off. He's giving him the business. Remember that call? Greatest call in NFL history.
Murder. Offense. Number 79.
That's his first murder. One more, he's ejected. Like, you don't get thrown out of your first murder.
Illegal use of sword.
Sword
to call you necessary roughness with the saber kick.
Oh my god! And Hodor is obviously getting called for holding every time he's on the offense. That's his thing, like holding.
Oh yeah, he's definitely holding.
Yeah, Hodor is obviously leading the league in holding penalties, but
holding number 63, Hodor.
Oh, that's so great! I wish I knew more characters. We could do this all night. Shit.
Well, those are all the big ones.
Yeah, I think
those are the ones that are combine ready. I mean,
Shock, you're good to go, buddy. I can't wait to see.
I've never seen it. Yeah, I feel like I'm listening to the Blitz.
Really, you've never watched Game of Thrones?
I've never seen it.
What the fuck? No wonder you weren't in on the bit.
No, I enjoyed your fervor. You guys obviously, nice. I didn't hear anything about loose hips or anything, but it sounds like you guys know what you're talking about.
That's pretty good. We
got to do Kyler Murray.
Thanks, Badger.
We got to do a whole. We got to do a whole draft of Game of Thrones characters. That would be outstanding.
Oh man, that would be some great radio in 2018, like in the summer. No one else was on.
I need you to kiss my ass, John. Is what I'm gonna need. You know what? Take us home, Shock.
Yeah, we got a raid.
Oh yeah, I'll find a raid while Shock brings us.
Well, he's down for a raid. When we rejoin you guys Thursday, hopefully there's some movement in the MLB lockout. They'll be meeting for the first time.
Yes,
December 1st, sometime Thursday. So hopefully we've got at least a little needle moving, and we're good for spring training. We want to thank what we call him, Will of the Delicious Berry. Is that what you want to call him?
No, that's the Will of the King. I call no grown man delicious.
Are we raiding Roshocker or Speeds and Benchmark? Who y'all want to raid?
Whatever you like, Chief.
Benchmark, go Speeds and Benchmark. They raided us one time.
What are they doing? Yeah. Let's see. What is Roshocker? More than once. Oh, Roshocker's playing Madden. I think Speeds they'll at least be talking sports. Week 18 results. Okay. Let's raid Speeds.
Using a quarterback with a high throwing power rating.
They're doing running backs.
Hard to say. All right. We'll be back here Thursday night. We'll be back here Thursday night, folks. 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time, same bad time, same bad channel. With one last look ahead at NFL playoffs week 1. For John Wessling, the Barry Laminack, I'm Mike Leapshock, and this has been Sports Riot, live on Twitch. Have a great Tuesday night, guys.
Strange and absurd.
Here we go, rain time, bitches!
Change occurred. My roots are buried in the ground, a very profound vocabulary.
Rain in 5, 4, 3, 2, go get them! Have fun, guys. See you next time.
Abolishing ignorance like scholarships to colleges with knowledge that's sure to open minds like neurology.